Hey everyone, welcome back my channel. Is your car not running smoothly lately? Noticing poor acceleration or fuel economy? There could be an issue with your mass airflow or MAF sensor. In this video I'll explain common symptoms, causes, and solutions for MAF sensor problems. The MAF sensor, located between the throttle body and air filter, works by measuring the amount of air entering the engine using a heated wire, which helps the PCM control the fuel injection for the proper air-fuel mixture. As air flows over a heated wire, its resistance changes, generating signals in the form of voltage pulses. When the mass airflow sensor goes bad, it can't measure the right amount of air entering the engine. As a result, the ECU can't determine how much fuel it should inject. The air-fuel mixture becomes too lean or too rich due to incorrect measurement of airflow. Due to this, the combustion does not occur smoothly, and the engine suffers. Now, let's discuss 6 common symptoms of a malfunctioning mass airflow sensor. Symptom 1: lack of power. When you press down on the accelerator pedal expecting a smooth surge of power, the engine instead responds sluggishly and hesitantly. This is because the malfunctioning mass airflow sensor is providing inaccurate data about the airflow into the engine. The computer struggles to properly balance the fuel mixture, leading to surges and lack of power as you try to speed up. Symptom 2: rough idle and shaking. When your car is stopped at a light with your foot off the gas pedal, a faulty mass airflow sensor causes noticeably rough and unsteady idling. If more air is entering the engine but a malfunctioning mass airflow sensor is measuring less air, it will command the ECU to inject less fuel than it should. This results in more air compared to the fuel injected. It results in inefficient combustion and rough idling. Symptom 3: reduced fuel economy. The faulty mass airflow sensor can cause too much fuel to be put into the engine. This happens because the sensor incorrectly measures the amount of air going into the engine. It makes the engine control unit think more air is coming in, so it adds more fuel to balance the air-fuel mixture. This leads to a noticeable decrease in fuel efficiency. Symptom 4: check engine light illumination with trouble codes P0100 to P0103. These codes signify issues detected in the mass airflow sensor's electrical circuits and connections. The onboard diagnostic system sets these codes when it notices out-of-range values or erroneous behavior from the MAF sensor during regular self-checks. Ignoring the check engine light that comes on due to mass airflow sensor codes could lead to further performance issues. Symptom 5: black smoke from tailpipe. You may notice black smoke emitting from the exhaust tailpipe. This happens when the engine runs excessively rich, likely because the faulty mass airflow sensor is providing data that makes the computer provide too much fuel, more than the engine can properly burn during combustion. Symptom 6: limp mode. When the MAF sensor fails, the ECU can put your engine into limp mode so that your vehicle does not go beyond a certain speed. This is done to prevent engine damage due to inefficient combustion. Now, let's discuss how the mass airflow sensor fails. First one is dust and dirt accumulation. Contaminants in the air like dust and dirt can accumulate on the MAF sensor's delicate wires that detect airflow. This leads to inaccurate readings as the dirt impacts how heat dissipates from the hot film wires. The second reason for mass airflow sensor failure is oil coating. Oil vapors from a leaky PCV system or degraded air filters can leave an oily film coating on the sensor wires. Like dirt buildup, this alters how efficiently the hot wires dissipate heat to measure airflow values. The sensor starts sending erratic readings to the computer. The third reason is wiring and connector issues. Though not within the sensor itself, bad wiring leading to the unit or damaged connector pins can show similar symptoms to a failed sensor. Corrosion or vibration damage causes faulty communication between the sensor, wiring, and computer. In addition, issues with vacuum leaks, intake boot damage, and clogged air filters also result in the mass airflow sensor not getting a proper sample of the full volume of air entering the engine. You can perform a smoke test to detect vacuum leaks. Now let's discuss how to test a bad mass airflow sensor. You need a voltmeter to test the malfunctioning MAF sensor. When you press the gas pedal, more air passes through the MAF sensor, causing the voltage to rise. When the vehicle is idling, the voltage reading of the MAF sensor should be lower than 1.0 volts. However, as you increase the engine RPM, the mass airflow sensor should have a voltage output ranging from 1.0 volts to 1.7 volts. Next, if you unplug the mass airflow sensor and your engine runs in a similar way without observing any performance change, it could mean that the mass airflow sensor is bad. Now, let's discuss how to clean a dirty mass airflow sensor. Cleaning the mass airflow sensor can be an effective solution if the issue is due to contaminants like dirt or oil building up on the sensor. You should use the MAF sensor cleaner to clean it. Make sure you don't touch the delicate wire inside the sensor and spray at the heated element from a distance. If you have been using an oil-based air filter like KN, you should frequently clean the MAF sensor. If error codes related to the MAF sensor like P0101 keep returning after cleaning, it likely means the MAF sensor is faulty. Depending on the make and model of the vehicle, replacing a faulty MAF sensor is a simple job that costs between $80 to $400. During replacement, make sure to first disconnect the battery terminals before removing the old sensor. After replacement, reset the ECU by clearing existing trouble codes with an OBD2 scan tool. Alright guys, that covers 6 major symptoms of a bad MAF sensor and how to fix them. Let me know if you have any other questions about identifying or testing faulty MAF sensor issues. I have also left a link to a detailed step-by-step guide in the video description. Make sure to subscribe for more auto repair tips. Thanks for watching.